get out through the other side because this door doesn't work. But these do. Alright, let me and Jethro get out the other side and I'll tell you what's going on. Ignore the mad squirrel noise in the front end. I'm pretty sure it's either the air conditioning pulley or the idler pulley, just like what happened with Van Holland. So as you can see, it is yeah. Oh, that one's solid. By the way, zip tape for roofing. Works amazing for patch panels to pass inspection. That's like 2 years old. I passed on that info. Alright, so what do we got here? If you've been watching the channel, you know about Van Holland. So Van Holland is actually like basically 3 vans put together, which started as like 3.5 vans at a friend's house. So if we come back to this van, this is what he's actually been driving. And as he upgraded parts, like say the flip outs, he handed me down parts for Van Holland. So I helped him maintain keeping this running, and he handed me down parts. It's a 5.4 liter. It's an automatic. It does have 3/4 ton suspension in the rear, and we're not using it as a van. We're parting it out for everything that Van Holland needs or could need, and then we're going to see about saving the chassis for another project. So I'm going to take the camera and we're going to do some walk around and let John show you what's going on with it. Oh, and it comes with a wheelchair lift. Now, I know the internet has said for years, what if you strap one of these onto a zero turn in order to make a miniature skid steer? So we actually have 2 of them now, and we have a skid steer with a failing transmission that I can't sell. So I think we might have to try that idea. Alright, let's grab the camera. Okay, I'm gonna turn off, yeah. Hold up. Hey John, can you lift the hood when I tell you to? Okay, lift the hood. Yep, hold it up. Okay, so let's get this off. Hey, good. Okay, so we didn't know whether the alternator was actually functional or not, which is why the battery pack was on there. So the alternator does function. This van has already had the horrifying, let me see if I can show you. Down in there are brake lines on the inside of this frame rail. Let me see. Right there that have already been done. Alright, close it down slowly. Okay, can you climb it? No, 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 don't shut it on my battery pack. That's my brand spanking new 6000 Avapow. Don't break it. Okay, can you jump in and open this door? Okay, let's go and get this shut off. Alright. ABS is on because the sensor in one of these front rims is pissed off. It is normal for these. When the tone ring ends up rusted, it pisses off the ABS. As you can see, it's the usual amount of wear and tear. The dash says it has like 260,000 on it, but that's not true. It actually has like 160,000. It's just these E-Series vans are notorious for cracking the electrical leads in the dash, and it's like $300 to reflow one, and it's just not worth it. So this has a new dash. It has been equipped with the towing wires. Whoops, I'm sorry. Would you like to get up in it with brother? Okay, give me a second. Up you go. There you go. Alright, so, yep, be careful not to fall over. Can you lift him down into the back and I'll go open the back? Probably going to see if anybody wants to buy the pop-out side windows. These are kind of rare, so I don't know if anybody wants those. I need to see if these are the ones that fit Van Holland, and then decide from there. This actually works. And so we need the radio, we need the flip outs, we need the rear glass because Van Holland's is messed up. We're pulling the tracks and giving them to a friend so that he can use them for tie downs. It came with a spare-ish tire. The tires that are on it are basically just rollers. And if you recognize this, this is the van that the center seat for Van Holland actually came out of, the ambulance style seats. And so that window, if anybody is in the area and wants to pop it out, and that window are going away. And the top, unfortunately, may or may not have cracks in it. We've got to figure that out. I wonder if I can get the camera up there to look at it for a second. Let me see if I can fall down here. Yeah, I mean, when you look down through with the camera, it actually looks fine, but somewhere there is a leak. If we come inside here, there's a leak that makes the floor wet right there in front of John. This actually is intact, and I was kind of debating. You know, John, what I was thinking with that is I wonder if we could pull it out and then flip it 180 degrees and put it in the roof of Van Holland. I mean, maybe not all of it, but I don't know if it would be high enough to be over the back of my head in the back there. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, it's coming out of there. By the time we get... Yeah, I don't know why there's a random tray in there. So by the time we get done with this, it's going to get cut off basically from there forward, turned into basically a rolling chassis go-kart of parts. So we figured out that these vans are basically designed with a wiring harness that goes right up through right there, so that it splits from there to the back, depending on whether this was a cab on chassis or whether it was a van build. So all of the wiring is right there and then up and over in theory. What did you find? Angelo's! I like that place. They serve good food. I wonder if the fire extinguisher actually works. We could probably use it. I bet it's probably way out of date. Let's see if it even has a date tag on it. It's all ripped up. Does it have a date? Recharge service 2017. Yeah, I'm gonna bet that's not up to date. So in closing on this video, well, John and Jethro are inside there playing around and tinkering and examining everything. We're going to be pulling all the parts off of this that we need for Van Holland. In the meantime, we're going to get these two tractors up and running and probably park the van there so that we can use the rear of it for storage during mini bike season and stuff, so we can bring stuff in and out. And then in the fall, probably part it all the way down to chassis. we've got a lot of rearranging of the yard going on this year because Jesse's old truck needs to go away. So we've got that truck needs to go away. The Ranger needs to go away. This carcass of a van probably needs to go away too at the end of this. We need to get a Harbor Freight tent up and running for this winter for the Monte Carlo to get stored in. The real reality is if we're going to do the build I want to do using this van's chassis, then we need to have another storage. That needs to be like a 20-foot storage. And yeah, on top of that, it's time to clean the yard and move on to some other projects. No, the blue truck is not going away. Someday, I will be able to get that up and running and restored. YouTube just hasn't been that profitable to do it yet, but someday we're going to get there. Anyways, I'm going to let the kids monkey around and explore the van while I take a catalog of some parts that we need to pull off for Van Holland, like that side marker there is broken on Van Holland and currently held together with 5-ton epoxy, so we'll probably pull that off. You get the idea. Have fun, guys, and thank you for supporting the channel. And John, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You probably have to yell it.
Bye-bye.
Okay, yeah, Jethro still refuses to do bye-bye. I don't know why all of you scared Jethro to the point he won't do bye-bye. But you should all comment, I'm sorry we won't bye-bye you, Jethro. Bye-bye.